Mrs. Brown.
Yes, Your Honor.
You wrote in your complaint that in your answer to the complaint, to Mr. Lee's complaint, that you are 79 years old. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And you live in a condo?
Yes.
2 bedrooms?
Yes.
And you rented a room to Mr. Lee?
Yes.
How did that come about?
A church friend of mine called in early August and told me that, knowing that I had a room and could use the money, that she had a friend who had a son who needed a room for a couple of months, and I agreed to. I interviewed Matthew's mother, who seemed like a very loving and caring person.
Is that you?
Yes, Mrs. Israel.
You interviewed me as well, right?
Mr. Lee, I'll get to you.
No, I interviewed Matthew's mother only. The second time I saw her, she came with Matthew and a $400 check for the first month's rent. And you wanted me to continue with my story? Okay. So.
Would you stop playing with those papers, sir?
So there was no written agreement, but we had a verbal agreement that there was to be no smoking inside my condo, and that then I saw his amplifier and his guitar, and I pointed out to them that I live in a large condominium complex right on top of my neighbors, and there couldn't be any noise. So, and then we agreed to share the phone bill. That was it. Then I have a signed statement here. I made a simple statement, and 11 of my neighbors signed it.
Tell me what happened in your house with Matthew.
Well, it was partly the lifestyle was entirely different, but I'm sure that he did smoke in his room, and that he did create a lot of noise on my patio, because 12 of my neighbors attested to that on this paper.
Did you hear the noise?
Yes.
So you heard the noise?
Yes.
How did he make this noise on the patio?
Well, with my boom box that my daughter gave me, his guitar, and his amplifier. And
you said that there was an evening when you invited him for dinner with friends.
Yes, that was the same night.
In your answer.
And I had his friend, him and Matthew and his friend for dinner, and then they were out on the patio making noise, and I don't know whether it's true or not, but 2 of the neighbors told me that he was smoking marijuana.
How did you know he was smoking in his room?
Because the room stank of cigarettes.
But you told him you were uncomfortable.
Yes.
Is what you're telling me.
And then he appealed to his parents, came, and they appealed to me for hours about how they wanted him to stay, and to give him another chance. And I know I stupidly told him that okay. And then I had second thoughts about this, and I called my daughter, Laura, and she and her husband came, and we waited and waited for him to come back, and we talked many times to his parents about his leaving, and would they come? First his mother they were both coming, and then his mother, and then would we take his things to their house, which we did.
Your daughter?
Yes.
Were you at this dinner party?
Did I go up here now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I was.
Did you hear any noise at the dinner party?
Yes. He was playing music on the boom box out on the patio with his friend. And
Okay. Do you think it was a good idea that your mom
no.
bring in a tenant?
No, not at all. When the first I heard it, she had already agreed to accept this person she had never seen and never met as a tenant in her house. And she had only done this once before with a girl who was a friend of a friend whom she had met before. But because his mother was so nice, and she was so sure that because the mother was so nice, that this would be fine and all right. And then, you know.
Good. Why don't you have a seat? So, move these things out. Now, Mr. Lee, you are suing the defendant for $5,000 for this illegal eviction.
That's correct.
Tell me why you think that you are entitled to $5,000 from this lady.